So 3 days ago, I said I probably won't be uploading this Saturday.
Just told you. You lie!
Yeah, it turns out I'm just built different, and I managed to be able to upload this Saturday just fine. However, once again, this is being recorded pre-early, so hello to everyone early. Don't think you shouldn't comment though. I will still remember to reply, and I will still reply to comments and answer any questions or anything. Follow my TikTok, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, with the bell on, and leave a thumbs up. If you like the video, of course. I'm hoping the audio sounds a bit better on this video. My setup's a bit different now. I'm actually sitting on a chair to record my videos. I know, I don't sit on a chair to do the audio of my videos unless it's a face cam video. I know that sounds nuts, but hey ho, I don't. So let's get straight into the video, guys. Hope you like the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Have fun, guys. Alright, so it's the second day of me uploading for this week, so I thought I'd stick to my usual, and I'm going to do a Fallout video. So today what I thought I would do is, for me, Fallout 4 is really odd in its endings, because with the Minutemen, you take down the Institute, and you take down the Brotherhood and if you want, and then it ends, and then you can continuously, until the end of time, go up to Preston and ask for more missions where you save settlements until the end of time. With the Institute, you just take down factions, and then that's literally it. There's like hardly anything to do, like, because obviously they want to stay underground. With the Railroad, you can continue to do missions and stuff like that, but there's no real change. You sort of just do it, end it, get a horrible ending, become pretty much murderers, because you know, only crazy people pick the Railroad, as you know, their factions.
That they're only a few generations.
Sounds like someone breaking in!
And then you got the Brotherhood, which is by far sort of the best after ending, because there's quite a bit to do. You can go and still like do quite a few missions. There's even like side missions sort of set up afterwards. And Elder Maxon gives you a little speech where he goes, oh, there's still lots to do here, blah blah blah. I know Des does that, and so does Preston, and so does Father, but you know, still. There's a bit more to do with the Brotherhood, but still not a lot. So I thought I would fix this. I thought I would go through every single faction, every main faction, the 4 factions that is, and go through each one of their endings and just talk about what I would have them be doing after they have done their main ending. So let's begin, and let's start with none other than the Railroad. The Railroad has you take out the Institute, take out the Brotherhood, and you free the synths. But then there's nothing, that's it. You sort of go around and do some checkpoint stuff with some Railroad agents, you can help out some places, but that's it. So, straight after you take down the Institute, because I'm not going to be like tweaking anything for this one, I normally change the entire stories, but this one I'm just going to have the normal stories, but then add stuff on. Now, after you take down the Institute, I would have the Railroad's main quest focus on rebuilding a synth production unit. Now, what I mean by this is basically, after the Railroad ending, you exterminate all the synths. Because you blow up the one place they need to survive, the one building that makes them, so you pretty much make them an extremely endangered fucking species. So, the Railroad would not do this. Desdemona would say, look, we need to start our own synth production. So this quest would have you retake an old vault. I don't know if it's going to be a vault the Gunners are in, a vault Super Mutants are in, just some old vault that has a high amount of technology that you can use. Now, Tinker Tom, whilst you were in the whole, you know, the Institute system, he managed to pull assets out of the Institute. He managed to get stuff out of the Institute, so he now knows how to build a synth manufacturing machine. So you go down into this old sort of Vault Tech old base, and it's eerie, it's dark. You go down with some Railroad agents. You clear the place out of Gunners or synths, or it could be the Brotherhood. It could be Brotherhood remnants like sat down there trying to like survive and hold out, and you just blast through the last remaining Brotherhood. That would be cool. Either way though, you take out these people, you take down whoever's occupying it, and you start to find materials. You have to obviously build this massive synth component, and then you can upgrade it over time. So the more like stuff you get to upgrade it, the more materials you get to upgrade it, you can build it and like upgrade your entire vault and your thing. And I know this is the Vault Tech DLC, which should have been a fucking 3 add-on. Okay, I'm livid that it's not. But yeah, I would have this as like your main focus. You rebuild the synth production unit, and you rebuild your vault, and you have more Railroad guards, more Railroad military sort of presence. Once this is made, I would have the Railroad go into a massive political argument that you have to like sort of take a side in terms of our Gen 1 synths, should we be liberating them or not? and you can pick Desdemona's side, who will say, no, we shouldn't, or, I don't know, someone else's side who will say we should, say Deacon, or someone like that says we should, and you'll have to side with either one of them, and the railroad will split for a while. I don't know, maybe it gets so bad, there's infighting, and you have to calm the railroad down, but eventually you come to your decision, and that'll be your overall end to that story. And then from this, I think the rest of the quest would be about sort of taming the Commonwealth. The railroad sort of love everyone, like they really are about equality. So I feel like your main campaign would be about Diamond City and Goodneighbor, making them far more synth, acceptance, because we saw that the only synth allowed in Diamond City is Nick. They don't let anyone else in, they hate synths. The people are scared of synths, and in Goodneighbor, I don't even think there are any synths in there, other than obviously the ones you break out with the railroad, and take there, but other than that, I don't know how welcoming they are. So you go on a campaign, you have to find evidence that synths are good, reintroduce synths to civilization, and then other than that, I feel like you'd be doing a lot of peace treaties. You'd be making friendly agreements with super mutants, with trying to make friendly agreements with raiders, and then you'd be wiping out the gunners because they're not very friendly, so just wipe them out. But that's how I would fully end the railroad quest. Build a synth production unit, have a political debate, warm the Commonwealth up to the idea of synths. Alright, next up we got the Minutemen, and the Minutemen's focus would be on the people of the Commonwealth. The Minutemen want to make the Commonwealth a much better, much happier, much safer place. So instead of these boring settlement callouts, the settlements begin to, now that you've done the Minutemen quest, they sort of grow themselves up, and you finally get a uniformed military. Perhaps you have to do some quests with Ronnie, and go and get some actual armor and more guns, and you clear out like an old warehouse or an old military base that the gunners own, and you steal all their guns and equipment so you can really equip your men. And from there, I would then have the Minutemen have a political debate, much like the Railroad, but it's between you, Preston, I don't know, Ronnie, and another Minutemen member. And you're debating, do you tackle the Raider issue, the Super Mutant issue, or the Gunner issue first? And then all of these stories have to be done. You have to take down either one, and you can either speech check them out of the Commonwealth, each faction, and each one will be variously harder and harder. So the Super Mutants, it will be easy, then the Raiders, then the Gunners. So each one you'll have to really get your speech up and find evidence for each one why they should leave, or threaten in some sort of way with physical force, or we can go in guns blazing and take them out. But either way, I think that would be good. I think there'd be castle-based, side missions to, upgrade this wall in the castle base, and start to make castle base actually feel like a strong fort, rebuild the walls, make it strong. I feel like I've said this before, but castle base should eventually be a rebuilded, faction facility. If you choose to keep either the Brotherhood or Institute alive, I'd have you go and do, debates with them about different lands, different, disputes and stuff like that. And yeah, and then I just have, sort of Minutemen presence more in Diamond City and Goodneighbor. Perhaps you have to, show the Commonwealth that you mean business and the Minutemen aren't a joke. Because in Fallout, even, the main fight with the Minutemen in, the Institute base, it never really feels like there's a lot of you there. It just feels like a ragtag group still. At least the Railroad feel like this guerrilla warfare sort of group. The Minutemen don't really feel like that. They just feel like a bunch of Commonwealth members with guns, which is what they really are. But I'd have them become a unified army, and that's how the game would end. So up next, we got the Brotherhood, and I feel like the Brotherhood have done decently well after the game. There's still a lot to do, but I feel like they should have a bigger campaign into cleansing the Commonwealth. The first thing you do is wipe out the Children of Adam. I feel like you and Paladin Dansk, or he would order you to go and wipe them out with a squad of Brotherhood soldiers, because, they're crazy, they're nuts, they're loonies, so you got to go and take them out. And then you got to take down, you got to occupy Diamond City and Goodneighbor, and you got to take down Super Mutants. The Super Mutants would be your next threat, because the Brotherhood hate abominations. You'd go there. Perhaps if you really want to be a messed up version of the Brotherhood, you could conscript ghouls and force them out of the Commonwealth, get them to leave. Perhaps there's a side quest where you have to either talk Paladin Dansk out of killing Nick, or you're ordered to go kill Nick yourself. That would be cool, and you have to have a mini boss fight with him. So it'd just be about cleansing the Commonwealth, the Raiders, keeping the people in line, really trying to keep the people in line. And of course you rage war on the Gunners, because why the hell not? I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're the Brotherhood. I'd also have you have a lot of disputes with the Minutemen, you know, sort of, this is our turf, this is our land, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I basically just have you enforce the Commonwealth into a more stricter place. Super Mutants are gone, Ghouls are out the Commonwealth, Nick is dead, or you talk him to leaving. Children of Adam are gone, Raiders are gone. The Commonwealth becomes a lot safer, but kind of a lot more scarier, if I'm honest. Alright, time for the Institute. I left the Institute till last because I wasn't really sure what to do with them, because there's no logical reason for them to do anything with the Commonwealth, to be fair. But if I was going to do something with them, I would have them emerge from the ground once more and set up a base. And the whole base would be about keeping people out. So your first mission would be to like clear out an area, set up a base. You'd have to find resources to fund it and like build it. And then you'd start to produce synths like on land and stuff like that. You'd have to repel raider attacks, perhaps like take down a nearby gunner station, stuff like that. I feel like would work quite well. It'd all be about science and technology, recruiting scientists, going out to the Commonwealth searching for certain items, you know, finding people in Diamond City. I'd have you sort of take over. You would go and pose as like synths perhaps, or like go with synths and take over cities and like Commonwealth, parts of the Commonwealth, taking over strategical parts. And then you just go and clear out gunners, I feel, because they're the only ones that really have a threat to the Institute. They're not like the Brotherhood, so they don't really care what the mutants or ghouls or anyone's doing. So the only logical faction I feel like they'd actually bother to take out is the gunners. Alright, I lied. We're going to go over the gunners and the super mutants. If you haven't checked out my other videos, I did a what if, or a what should be, the 5th and 6th faction to Fallout, and where I talked about the gunners and the super mutants should be the 5th and 6th faction to Fallout 4. Silly idea, but well, it wasn't actually. I came up with some good ideas. But if you pick the gunner ending in my universe, the gunners would be focused on once again clearing the Commonwealth out, making it into more of a strategical and advantage place, you know, killing the Minutemen. They'd have to do that. They'd have to set up a lot more bases. Recruitment would start a lot, you know, building your army would be a very important thing to do. Clearing out raiders and super mutants as well, they gotta go, so that's what I do with the gunners. Then as for the super mutants, I did talk about this in my last video. I would have them just clear out the place of raiders, the Commonwealth of raiders and gunners, and I'd end the game with them taking down Good Neighbor, and then finally they'd rush into Diamond City and do an assault on Diamond City and take that down, and that would be sort of the end stretch of the game. There we go, so that is how I would, you know, continue the story after the lackluster endings for each faction in the Fallout 4. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Now, in terms of uploading, I'm still working on my review, so if videos are a bit late, or if videos are a bit, you know, this was a bit all over the place and a bit unscripted. I did have a script for this, but, you know, a bit loose, this one, so I hope you do enjoy. Show me some love in the comments, or give me a like if I've shown some love. That would really support and help the channel grow, so I do appreciate that. It is worth the wait, guys. It is worth these sort of like just MIDI videos, because the review I'm working on, in my opinion, is the best work I've done yet, so trust me, it's worth the wait. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, check out some of my other stuff, check out my TikTok, check out stuff like that. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Peace.